Did you hear that Steven Spielberg will start shooting Indiana Jones 5 in 2019?
Always knew someday you'd come walking back through my door.
That the first trailer to A24's Under the Silver Lake starring Andrew Garfield dropped? What about Justice League ending its theatrical run with a thud? No? We've got you covered. Welcome to the CineFiles, a weekly show where we zoom in on the most buzzworthy news Hollywood and the indie scene has to offer. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to Mojo Talks for the CineFiles Extended Cut, a weekly discussion show where we break down the week's biggest stories. Link in the description below. Number 3. Steven Spielberg to start shooting Indiana Jones 5 in 2019.
Not the man I knew 10 years ago.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Back in 2016, Disney announced that Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford would be reuniting to film the 5th installment of the Indiana Jones franchise. This week, Spielberg shared more information about the project when he announced that production of the movie would start in 2019.
Why, you're something!
News broke when the iconic director accepted the Legend of Our Lifetime award at the Rakuten TV Empire Awards Sunday night, also divulging that the film would take place in the UK.
We have top men working on it right now. Who?
Writer David Koepp, who has worked with Steven Spielberg on projects like Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was hired by Disney to pen the script, but no other hirings or castings have been announced. The news comes about a week before the release of Spielberg's latest movie, Ready Player One, which hits the big screen March 29th.
Are you willing to fight?
Help us save the Oasis.
Number 2. First trailer to neo-noir Under the Silver Lake drops.
Come on in!
If you've been dying for director David Robert Mitchell's follow-up to the smash 2014 horror film It Follows, then the excruciating wait is over. A24 released the first trailer to
Under the Silver Lake,
which stars Andrew Garfield in the lead role. The trailer starts off with Garfield Sam playing records while he longingly watches his neighbor, Riley Keough Sarah, swim in the apartment complex's pool.
I saw you spying on me earlier.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
The pair seemingly hit it off, but the next morning, Sam discovers that Sarah has vanished without a trace, forcing him into the role of detective to try and uncover the mystery of his missing love.
I don't understand why she didn't tell me.
Maybe she didn't like you. Maybe she knows you're poor and haven't paid your rent.
The trailer gives off a much more comedic vibe than It Follows, but still retains its dark, mysterious tones, reminiscent of Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice and David Lynch's Mulholland Drive.
Oh, you think that's weird?
A little.
The film, which is set for release June 22nd, will also feature music by Disasterpiece, who scored It Follows. Before we get to our final entry, here are a couple new releases.
The kaiju. They're gonna come back. I'm not gonna be stuck waiting for someone else to come save my ass.
I don't think I can stomach any more of this garbage.
Exactly.
Same here.
Words out of my mouth.
Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm Chief. We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs.
Number 1. Justice League ends theatrical run as lowest grossing DCEU movie ever.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
At least Bruce is. Justice League was supposed to blow up the image of the DC Extended Universe, but box office numbers at the end of the film's theatrical run suggest it was more of a bomb.
You overestimate yourself.
While the movie raked in a total of $657.9 million at the worldwide box office against its $300 million budget, it still stands as the lowest grossing DCEU movie ever, earning less than the first installment of the franchise, Man of Steel. If you were hoping the domestic box office told a different story, it didn't, with Justice League still coming in at last place in the DCEU, with $229 million.
That's not good enough.
Not good enough.
The news must be doubly difficult for DC and Warner Brothers, as they reportedly fired Zack Snyder from the film and brought in former Marvel heavyweight Joss Whedon to smooth over apparent production issues, as well as oversee costly reshoots.
I'll get over it.
Justice League is now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our Mojo Talks channel for the CineFiles Extended Cut, link in the description below.